Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Cartere, and in this video we're going to be talking about the possible McCree Nerfs and D.Va buffs. Now, I've seen a few people report on this as though it's set in stone and it's actually going to happen. But if you actually look at what the developer actually said in the forum, the Battle.net forum, he basically alluded to the fact that he's going to do some testing and they might patch these heroes and nerf McCree or buff D.Va. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on whether they should, what I think about it, you know, give you some details of what the developer Jeff Goodman was saying. So like they said he's gonna do testing to see if they need nerfing, see if McRee needs nerfing anyways. He's basically responding to the upset fans in the forum basically. So he's not coming out and tweeting publicly saying, yo, we're gonna make these changes, be expecting them. Let me just read out what he actually said. Where we got the possible McCree. Yeah, he said, I've been watching McCree carefully since we've released. McCree's flashbang plays an important role in being a strong option against very fast, agile teams, tracers, Genjis, etc. It's also a nice tool to prevent close range, devastating abilities and ultimates such as Reaper's Death Blossom. That said, it's probably a bit too good at dealing damage to higher health targets such as tanks and barriers. I don't have any concrete changes yet, but I'm going to be testing some things internally to see how he plays. Now, the last sentence in that post is key. I don't have any concrete changes yet, but I'm going to be testing some things internally to see how he plays. So there might be no nerfs whatsoever. So any headlines you've been seeing saying that they're going to be McCree nerfs, there might be no nerfs whatsoever. Just keep that in mind. But after that, he did clarify what he actually meant. He's not gonna nerf the flashbang. He might nerf the fan and hammer. So he says, I'd say someone commented saying, I'd say the problem isn't the flashbang but rather fan and hammer. And then he replies, right, I think I wasn't clear enough by saying it's probably a bit too good at dealing damage to high health targets. I mean his flash fan combo, not the flash itself. Fan is more likely to see changes than flash at this point. Now, to this, my opinion on the matter of McCree getting nerfed is we don't need it. We don't need it. In my personal opinion, we don't need it. I really like McCree and I think he's great at what he does. Like, if you want to kill a McCree, just don't get close. And if you get in with Genji or something, you can reflect his flashbang and murder him real quick. Like, I don't think any heroes are overpowered. I think there's just loads of butthurt people who are getting killed by heroes a lot and aren't adapting to murder them. So I think McCree can be dealt with, as I've dealt with McCree a number of times. And if you get close to McCree, then you can expect the flashbang and the fan the hammer combo. Like, what else do you think is going to happen? So stay away from him and like try not to get shot with his gun, because it does have quite a good amount of range. But you basically want to stay away from him. You don't want to get close, because if you get close, then you probably will get that flash and then the fan the hammer and then the roll and then the fan the hammer if you are a tank or something like that. So you should be wary when McCree's around. But I don't think this justifies a nerf whatsoever. I just think there's loads of butthurt people out there who got killed by McCree one too many times and then like, oh, he's OP, he needs to be nerfed. The same with Bastion, when people were saying he's OP and he needs to be nerfed. Just because you haven't found out the way to kill him and stop dying. Like, don't fucking fuck up the game for everyone else because you're incompetent and you don't know how to adapt. I believe McCree is a great hero. I think he can be countered. Like, he's not super powerful that if you pick McCree it's like you're going to win. It's not like he's the best hero or something like that. He's super slow, so you can generally get away from him. And I personally think there's no need for any nerfs. I think he's fine the way it is. I think all the characters are generally fine the way they are. I think, well, maybe Zenyatta could get like a little boost on his health, but even where he is, he's quite fine. I think everyone is, I think the balance is pretty good in Overwatch right about now, and I think any nerfs or buffs might hurt the balance, but they are thinking about buffing D.Va. Let me see if I can read what they're saying about D.Va. So basically, Jeff says D.Va's damage is definitely on the lower side, much like Winston's. They are this way for a similar reason. They are both very mobile and hard to kill. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe D.Va is hard to kill at all, and she's not mobile when she's shooting. The only time she's mobile is when you use her L1 ability if you're on PS4, which is the boosters, and that has a little cooldown, so she's not extremely mobile in my opinion. Winston is very fast though, like even if he's not leaping and whatnot. But he also goes on to say every character in the game has strengths and weaknesses. It's part of what makes the team play work well. That said, I do think there is room for some D.Va improvements, but these are unlikely to take the shape of increasing her damage output significantly. He also says, yes, she gets taken down quickly if she's fighting multiple targets, unlike Winston or Reinhardt because of their barriers. When I say she's difficult to kill, it's speaking from a smaller skirmish standpoint, which she can usually set up due to her flight ability. There was a time when she was first implemented where she had more damage than she does now. The way that played out is that she would fly into someone's face, destroy them, and fly away. There was little that the person could do because of her mobility. As I said, I think she can use some help in other areas, but I don't have anything concrete yet. The goal is that she should be a viable, aggressive initiation tank, much like Winston can be right now, rather than some sort of beefy flying assassin. So any changes will likely be helping her in that direction. So I guess what they're gonna increase, they might be increasing her mobility or something. I don't know. They're not gonna increase her damage, or they might just not do anything. They're saying they might. There's loads of mights and maybe and no changes confirmed and that sort of stuff. So I don't think anything is set in stone. So don't think there's a patch coming next month and you know McCree and D.Va are going to be nerfed. It is a possibility that McCree is going to be nerfed and D.Va is going to be buffed. I doubt D.Va is going to get, well, as he said, there's not going to be a damage output increase, which is, you know, I don't know, like D.Va's quite difficult to play at times. Like if you're fighting multiple fast enemies, then it's quite difficult to play as D.Va, because her damage output is kind of slow, and when you're shooting she moves very slow, so people can generally run away. So that, I think that needs to be kind of addressed. Maybe give her some more movement speed while she's shooting. I think that would make it like much better, because then you can actually shoot and walk towards someone to get some good damage going, because when you're far away, those blasters, like, or cannons or whatever they are, like, do nothing. It's like throwing a pebble at someone. It's completely useless. You need to get into someone's face, and that also opens you up to getting dealt a lot of damage, which is annoying. And you have the slow movement speed, so if you are in someone's face, they could always try and run away or jump behind you or do something like that. Obviously you can like spin around and shoot them, but she's not greatly effective in that manner. So I think she could be more effective, and she could be, you know, buffed a little bit. Like, just give her more movement speed while she's shooting. I think that would be great, and that would keep everything balanced, and it will be cool, and everything will still have the same, what's the word? I don't know. Everything will still be in check. The universe will stay in balance. It won't be out of whack, and everything will be fine. But yeah, those are my opinions on the McCree Nerf and D.Va buff, the possible McCree Nerf and possible McCree. I said McCree. The possible McCree Nerf and the possible D.Va buff patch details. Hopefully McCree doesn't get nerfed, because I think he's a great character and I don't think he needs it. And you know, D.Va, if you can just add some movement ability to her while she's shooting, that would be great. And I think everything else is fine. I think Overwatch is a very balanced game already. You guys let me know your opinions on these possible patches down below. Let me know if you think that Overwatch is a nicely balanced game, or if you think that certain characters are OP and whatnot. But yeah, I'm generally just going to think that you're butthurt because I don't think anyone's OP whatsoever. So you're going to have a really good reason behind why you think they're OP, and you got to tell me how you've tried to counter them and it didn't work with like all these different characters who are supposed to be their counters or something. But yeah, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Overwatch videos. And yeah, if you want to check out the rest of my Overwatch videos, you can click the link on the screen, the playlist on the screen rather. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.